Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt, and today we are getting down and dirty with a three-way bourbon skirmish. Which distillery does extra aged bourbon the best? Buffalo Trace, obviously. Or Brown-Forman with King of Kentucky. Or Michter's with, Michter's 20 and 25. But for people who can't afford those, for people who can only afford, a couple steps down from that, which distillery does the best extra aged bourbon for the people who can't get the stuff that we can't get? I'm here to give that question a definitive answer tonight. In Glass A from the Heaven Hill Distillery, it's a 90 proof bourbon, Elijah Craig 18. America. In Glass B from the Wild Turkey Distillery, Wild Turkey Masters Keep 17-year bottled in bond, 100 proof. America. And in Glass C, the brand new Knob Creek 18-year-old 30th anniversary limited edition, 100 proof. America. Mixing them up, mixing them up, mixing them up, mixing them up, mixing them up. Quick, think of a magician's name. David Copperfield, I'm good. Mixing them up, mixing them up. I have successfully blinded myself, so I have no idea which pour is in which glass. Now I will nose them and taste them in random order and tell you which glass comes in first and which glass comes in last. Time to roll up the sleeves, because when the sleeves go up, it's about to go down. Now, let's get into this this super hot three-way bourbon skirmish. While I give glass number 1 a little SJ, a little swirl job, let me ask you to do me a huge favor. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. It helps the channel a lot, and it also puts a smile on my ginormic face. If you haven't heard, I'm going to hide some allocated bourbons somewhere in the United States this fall. The link to that video, right here. Now that glass 1 is properly spun, let's go in for a nose to see how she goes. Glorious. Wow. And all God's children singing glory, glory. Hallelujah. He reigns, he reigns, he reigns, he reigns, he reigns, he reigns. Wow. That smells so good. That smells like I'm being baptized in bourbon, you know what I mean? Sweet, delicious, bourbon-soaked oak. Like a mega efficacious dose of oak was just prescribed to this bourbon so hard. It's sweet oak and vanilla and raspberry. There's a tinge of sourness, just a tinge of sourness that is kind of throwing me for a little loop-de-loo on the old roller coaster, because I don't remember any of these having a bit of sourness to it. But it's not a bad sourness, it's just a sourness that's coming along with the oak. These bourbons have been aging for the optimal amount of time, and for that oak to be facilitated correctly when it hits the lips is kind of difficult to do. But luckily I have a super physiological tongue that can just pick apart flavors and do such crazy things, and I'll determine a winner so easy. So easy. Glass number 1 down the hatch. Ooh. Wow. Good Lord above. That makes me fall in love. Wow. That is triggering and stimulating taste receptors in parts of my body I didn't know I had. Super oak, super sweet, super cherry, super vanilla. That is super delicious. Whatever is in glass 1 is going to be hard to be outdone because it is phenomenal. A phenomenal pour in glass number 1. Moving to glass 2, I think it's important to understand here that Elijah Craig 18 is at a bit of a disadvantage. Although it does have 1 year on the Wild Turkey Bottled and Bond, it is giving up 10 proof points to both the Knob Creek and the Wild Turkey. So, what it lacks in weight, it's trying to make up with a year of experience. Glass 2, let's go for a nose. Glass 2 is a bit... what in the world? Almost like cheesecake crust? Like a very oaky cheesecake crust? Wow. Kind of got a little bit of a funk to it. I have no idea which one this is. Kind of smells like a funky cotton candy. The nose on glass 2 is a bit different than glass 1, and I'm not sure if it's different in a good way or not, but we're about to find out because glass 2 down the hatch. Glass 2 seems to be a bit thinner, a bit lighter on the palate, but extra enjoyable. The extra oaky notes are intertwined perfectly with other bourbon flavors that I really, really enjoy. There's a bit of cashew, almost like a bag of mixed nuts, like a bag of mixed nuts that were in a charred oak container with alcohol for like 18 years or so. It's sweet, but also has a little bit of a spice. Even for being a little bit thinner, it does provide a little bit of a tickle on the back of the tongue that I do like. Is glass 2 as good as glass 1? I don't think so. I'll go back and taste them again, but I think glass 1 is gonna be probably superior to glass 2, but there's only one way to know for sure, and that is for me to focus extra hard and get extra determined to be extra sure which bourbon in this three-way comes first. Glass 3. Glass 3 is getting a good SJ in this three-way, if you know what I mean. The most important thing about having a proper three-way bourbon skirmish is treat every glass the same. If you give one glass an SJ, make sure to give every glass an SJ, because if one glass gets an SJ and one of them doesn't, the one that doesn't might feel left out, and you don't want that. What you want is 3 happy participants in this three-way bourbon skirmish. Ooh, a little creamy and dreamy. Hazelnut, it's like a hazelnut creamer. It's like oak, hazelnut. There's also a little bit of citrus coming through here, like a little bit of orange citrus. This kind of shares that orange citrus note that I typically get from a Tennessee whiskey, but in a slightly different way. It's there, but it just is presenting itself differently. Glass 3 of this blind three-way bourbon skirmish down the hatch. Oh, wow. Oh, that's good. Oh, that makes, oh, yeah, that's good. A cascading of flavors. It's a cascade of flavors. A tidal wave of flavors is just rushing over my tongue. Wow, that finish. This is still going. It is going strong. This thing took like a triple dose of Cialis and some delay spray because it's lasting forever and is very pleasing. Wow. I think that we're gonna have a battle for first place between glass 1 and glass 3. Back to glass 2 one time. Glass 2 is gonna be in third place. I do have to lie though, I'm not impressed with any of these. Now we're to glass 3 and glass 1.
Nice. Friggin' nice. Glorious. Sexy.
Double SJ. That erects tall buildings in Times Square. It is so good. And erects other things in other places too. I want to get this right, so I'm literally going to take a 5-minute break, retaste those two again, and then come to a final conclusion. I gotta say this. If you ever find yourself in a three-way and you're having a hard time finishing because like things just start getting too mixed up, just take a little break. Step away for a few minutes, come back, retaste, and then you'll finish strong. Ever since I got the 18-year-old Knob Creek, I was like, oh, this three-way's gotta happen. And if you know anything about me, it's when I have my heart set on a three-way, I go get it. This is the first time it's ever been accomplished. In third place was glass number 2. And glass number 2 is letter A, which is what I thought based off the thinness of it and just the lack of proof. I kind of figured that this was going to be the case, but in third place, Elijah Craig 18 year. By the way, this bottle and this bottle were both distilled in the year I graduated high school. So, holy crap am I old. Now we get down to the business of getting down. Is the 17-year Bottled and Bond, my favorite going into this competition, going to pull off the victory against the brand new Knob Creek 18-year limited edition 30th anniversary bottle? Second place, first place, glass number 1, glass number 3. The winner is C. What? No. No way. Are you me with a... Are you... I can't say either of those things. I love the turkey Bottled and Bond so hard. I love the turkey Bottled and Bond so hard. The 18-year Knob Creek is just more full-flavored. It just does more to the palate. It kind of makes the Wild Turkey 17 taste a bit thin, which is very weird because the 17-year-old Bottled and Bond Wild Turkey Master's Keep is not thin. It's great. It's phenomenal, fantastic, out of this world, extraordinary. The Knob Creek 18 takes the cake, and it's a red velvet. Son of a bitch. Was it close? Yeah, it was pretty close. I feel like I don't even know you anymore. I traded a Coy Hill for this bottle. Alec, did you send me a fake Master's Keep 17-year Bottled and Bond? It came from a different country. Did I just finish a three-way bourbon skirmish? Yeah. But I'm still sober enough to read words, and those aren't even words where I come from. So Alec, did I trade you a legitimate Coy Hill for a fake Wild Turkey 17-year Bottled and Bond from a different country? You son of a bitch. Who knows what that says? That might just be calling me an idiot in a different language and I can't read it. Can you read it, Alec? Can you read it, Alec? No? Didn't think so. Thank you for watching tonight. Like I said earlier, if you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel a lot. Hit the thumbs up while you're down there and leave a comment below. And call me a loser for not having a King of Kentucky because I really need to up my game. I really need to get a King of Kentucky somehow because I don't even feel like I'm doing this right. You know what I mean? It's like, what's the best extra-aged bourbon that's not the best? Hey, Matt, what's the best extra-aged bourbon? Well, according to me, the guy who doesn't have the best stuff, I think the best stuff is, like, not the best stuff, even though it's really good. I'm just a loser. I'm a bourbon loser. My name is Matt, and this is ADHD Whiskey, and like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on snow tires. If you live in a snowy environment and you feel like you are terrified to drive every day, then maybe some snow tires are what you need, because all season tires aren't actually all season. All season tires are basically like all seasons except for like crappy winter. Can you get by on all season tires? Sure, if you like playing the lottery. Do I work for a tire company? No, but I've gone through a lot of rubbers in my life. Boom, that's not true.